I just got my bachelor's degree and started applying for a job. I got dismissed 5 times. They didn't want me because I didn't have the skills that they needed. And I also felt insecure about these job applications because I had just finished my bachelor and I didn't have any experience. So then I decided to do something different. This guy on YouTube was telling you need to take cold showers because they give you a boost in confidence. Also your testosterone, so you will feel more like a man and you'll be able to conquer the world. I was like, oh, of course, man. I'm gonna try this the next morning because I found this nice job for which I needed to speak German fluently, was ich nicht könnte, which I wasn't able to. I went to the bathroom, put on the cold water, and was trying to prepare myself to go into it. So then I did. And I was like, oh yeah, also a little bit of my hair, and then I did my back, my legs, and I was like, well, I'm gonna put some shower gel on me, and then I'm just gonna do the entire cold shower like I used to do with hot water. So I eventually finished up with some hot water and then dried myself up, started to dress myself up, and went to the place to apply for the job, which was about 5 minutes bicycle ride from my parents' home back then in 2018. I parked my bike, went inside, met the CEO and his wife, which were both interviewing me, and I felt so confident, man. They were asking me questions. Can you speak German? I was like, yeah. And I was prepared to speak some of it so that they would have this little feeling of, oh, yeah, he's not lying. So I threw in some German words like Scheiße and like genau, which means exactly. And just had like this small talk so that they would test my German, but they didn't even care too much because of my outer appearance. To them, I was like a nice guy. I was able to talk smoothly and felt very confident. So I got home and my mom asked me, how did it go? And I told her like a warrior, great. And she was like, I hope you get hired so you can earn some money and start paying us also your rent because now you're an adult. You finish your studies and the moment you get your job, you should give us some of the money because it will teach you in life to get your shit together. Then 2 days later, I got a phone call. They were like, is this Marko? Yeah, it's Marko. You applied for a job last Tuesday and you're hired. And I was like, no way. The cold shower gave me this opportunity. I almost started praising the cold shower. And since that day, I started doing them every day without breaks. They have lots of benefits for your skin, for your immune system, so I didn't get sick at all for quite a long time. Then on one day I broke my own cold shower law. The next day I became sick. No, I didn't. But I felt like I betrayed myself, like this thing that gave me such superpowers, I didn't want to do it anymore. But I felt like if I wouldn't take a cold shower, I would lose my superpowers and wouldn't be able to communicate properly and would become a social anxious guy like I was back in my teenage years again. So forcefully I started taking cold showers again. But the next day I didn't feel as confident anymore. Because first it felt like a thing that I would do to conquer my fears, but then I got used to the cold water hitting me for years almost every day that I didn't feel the effect of it anymore. So I was like, the next day I'm just gonna do a warm one. But then the next day came. That day I had a presentation and I was like, oh, I'm gonna feel so insecure because of not taking a cold shower but a hot one. But to my surprise, the day went on just like it did when I was taking the cold shower. So I was like, maybe it was just in my head. And the way the thought of taking cold showers created in my head was because of the internet. Some guru told me, Wim Hof, the Iceman, he's so cool by the way. And I really started believing in this ritual of taking cold showers for health and mental well-being benefits. But man, the thought of doing these cold showers and then feeling confident became so dominant in my life that I decided to stop doing them for a while because I didn't want them to rule me. Back then I was also researching about the Bible. It was 2020, 2 years after the fact. And I got to this point where it speaks about not being saved through works, but rather through faith. I felt that the cold showers I was taking were like doing good works for the Lord and then wanting to earn His grace and love and be saved through that. In life, I was doing these cold showers to be saved from feeling socially awkward. So every day of my life, I became dependent of taking cold showers. They became my God. Without them, I wouldn't be able to live. They were my savior, my way of getting through the day. However, I started researching the Bible more. I became Christian. I got baptized twice. Once my wife baptized me, I baptized her in this lake. The other time we went officially to a church because I didn't have a religious upbringing, so we needed to find a church. Weird situation, but something in me changed. I tried to break free from the bonds of doing the habits to feel confident as a man, like the cold showers, and I had more. I was also working out every morning. So I started to take a look at my life from a helicopter perspective. I went to Egypt for 10 days with my wife and a group of entrepreneurs. I only did one workout there. I didn't do any cold showers. I was really to break free from this constant routine of pushing myself to do the things that brought me some success in life, like cold showers, working out, and getting these content ideas by listening to other YouTubers during a workout. But me being baptized didn't solve the problem, nor the holiday to Egypt for 10 days. Please like and subscribe, because in my next video I will talk about how I broke free from trusting my productive habits into trusting God and not be dependent like this little slave of my own made system.